History of Fidel Castro. Fidel Castro was a prominent Cuban revolutionary and political leader who served as the Prime Minister of Cuba from 1959 to 1976 and then as the President of the Council of State and the President of the Council of Ministers from 1976 to 2008. Here's an overview of his life and the key events in his political career. Early life and education. Fidel Alejandro Castro Ruz was born on August 13, 1926, in Biron, Cuba. He came from a wealthy family of Spanish and African heritage. Castro studied law at the University of Havana, where he became involved in politics and joined activist groups opposing the dictatorship of Cuban President Fulgencio Batista. The Cuban Revolution. Castro, along with his brother Raúl Castro and revolutionary icon Che Guevara, organized a guerrilla campaign against the Batista regime. On January 1, 1959, Batista fled the country, and Castro's forces declared victory. This marked the beginning of the Cuban Revolution, and Fidel Castro assumed control of the government. Consolidation of power. As Prime Minister, Castro initiated various reforms, including the nationalization of foreign-owned businesses and the redistribution of land. He also implemented policies aimed at improving education, healthcare, and social welfare in Cuba. Castro's government faced opposition from counter-revolutionaries and dissidents, leading to a crackdown on political dissent and censorship. Bay of Pigs invasion. In 1961, the United States, under President John F. Kennedy, supported a failed CIA-backed invasion known as the Bay of Pigs invasion. The goal was to overthrow Castro's government, but the operation was a disaster, resulting in the capture or death of the invading forces. This event further strained Cuba's relations with the United States. Cuban Missile Crisis. In 1962, the world came close to a nuclear war during the Cuban Missile Crisis. The Soviet Union had secretly deployed nuclear missiles in Cuba, sparking a tense standoff with the United States. Eventually, a negotiated settlement was reached, with the missiles being removed from Cuba in exchange for the United States pledging not to invade the island. Socialism and international relations. Castro openly embraced socialism and aligned Cuba with the Soviet Union, becoming a key figure in the Cold War. Cuba received economic and military assistance from the Soviet Union, which helped support its socialist policies. Castro's government provided aid to revolutionary movements and governments in other countries, particularly in Latin America and Africa. Later years and succession. In 2006, Fidel Castro temporarily handed power to his brother Raúl Castro due to health issues. In 2008, he officially stepped down as president, and Raúl succeeded him. Fidel continued to play a role in Cuban politics, writing articles and offering occasional public appearances. He passed away on November 25, 2016, at the age of 90. Fidel Castro's legacy remains a subject of debate. Supporters view him as a champion of social justice and anti-imperialism, while critics point to his authoritarian rule, human rights abuses, and the suppression of political freedoms in Cuba.